YouTube, how you guys doing today? So in today's video, we're going to be going over basically what you guys have been asking me about Gauss and, how to get them, how to farm them, all that sort of stuff, how to get the resources and all that stuff together. So we're basically just going to do a Gauss rundown. So this is your video on Gauss and stuff. So first thing I want to start off with is, which is what I get asked all the time, is what is my build for Gauss? My build is a complete meme build, and this is literally the only build that I use at the moment right now. It's the only build that's kind of viable for what I like doing. And if you notice, the majority of it is a speed build because Gauss is already really quick. This build puts him at 2.54. I don't know if that counts the fact that I have Amalgam Serration on my Kuva Brahma, and I run this a lot with him too. But the Amalgam Serration adds plus 25% sprint speed on top of 155% damage. So Amalgam Serration on that to kind of add a little bit more speed to him. But back to the Gauss build. Speed, and all the top row here is speed. Down here, we got Adaptation and Arcane Grace to kind of give me a little bit more survivability, which helps. Arcane Strike, because I love meleeing the living heck out of things. And the rest of this build, really do whatever you want with it. Like, you can kind of build it in any which way you feel like it. I've had people say, like, oh, you don't need a full rank Fleeting Expertise or a full rank Streamline on it. And I don't care. It's whatever. The build works. I just wanted it to be a speed build. So for me, it works. It does exactly what I need it to do. And a lot of times you guys watch me play this on stream and you just like mesmerized. You're like glazed, dazed, and amazed at like how fast it looks like. It looks like I'm playing the game in fast forward with this Gauss build. Now, any faster, could I make this faster? Yes, I could take a Helmeth ability and I could throw it on him. That'll increase the speed and stuff. But I don't want to do that because I think for me personally, any faster than this is too fast. It's like almost impossible to control if it gets any faster than this. But at 2.54 sprint speed, and where I have this right now, I could still be in fast forward mode and still kind of like avoid obstacles, stop crashing into walls all the time. I could navigate myself through like the maze that is all the missions that we wind up playing. And I find it a lot of fun. So I think this is a really great build. For me, at least, it's definitely my favorite. I've been using this over a year and I absolutely love it. The appearance on my Gauss, because that's the second thing I get asked a lot. This is it. These are the colors that I have lined up for him. This is my I typically do this kind of look on a lot of frames. You guys might have seen my Inaros or any of the other frames that I have like this. This is my Ayatan sculpture look. So what I'm going for is the black, white, the gold, and the little bits of blue to kind of make it look like an Ayatan sculpture. But that's what it is. We have that. For the attachments, these are the colors I have on those. You can see the attachments up here. Anything that says Prime, Targus or Ito, these are Prime accessory, like the shoulders right here and the chest plate. These are from Prime accesses, which means it will cost real money for you guys to get these things, but you'll have to wait for them to come back into the game. They're not farmable in the game. It's just a Prime accessory, and I think it looks pretty cool. So we're rocking that. And then for the Sayandana, this is the layout of the colors that I have on the Sayandana, which is this one right here. And for the most part, that's really the Gauss build that I got. I don't know if you guys care about the sigils. The front one I get asked about a lot too. This is also a Prime sigil. I don't remember if this came from Twitch Prime or if this came from like a Prime Access, but it's one of the two. And if you guys don't know, there's a whole bunch of Twitch Prime things for the next maybe 10, 9 or 8 months left in Warframe. You guys can totally grab if you have a Twitch Prime account. You can link that. If you have Twitch, you could. If you have Amazon Prime, you could link it to your Twitch Prime, and you guys can wind up getting these free Prime access stuffs in Warframe, which is pretty awesome. Okay, now that we went over Gauss, the next thing we want to cover is farming Gauss. So we have Gauss right here. One of the biggest issues that I get over and over again is, and I'll get to where we farm Gauss in a second, or I'll say it now, it's a Sedna Disruption. The only place to farm Gauss currently is Sedna Disruption. So you have to find the disruption mission on Sedna, and you're going to have to do that. And I'll break down how you have to do that in a second. But let's cover this. You guys are saying that, like, oh my god, it's, like, impossible to get the resources that I need to be able to build the Gauss parts, or why does it take so many resources? So let me break it down, right? The Neuroptics right here, all these parts you get in just doing regular missions. The Argon Crystal, I recommend doing Oxymoko in the Void and just break every canister, open every locker, just like literally do a full up and down scan of this mission. If you are doing a full up and down scan of the Oxymoko, which is an Exterminate in the Void, you're not going to go more than 3 missions without finding Argon Crystal. And for all these resources mentioned here that you're going to farm out, except the ones you have to build, I'll get to that in a second, but for the resources you need to kind of farm these out, a resource booster will double it. if there is a resource booster weekend in Warframe, and you have a resource booster on top of that, you'll get 4 times the amount of resources. But it's not really worth waiting for the resource booster weekend to happen from Warframe. If you have a regular resource booster that you can kind of throw on, which you have right there. If you have like a regular resource booster you can kind of throw on, maybe get it out of the market or whatever, it'll help. It'll save you time and it'll be nice. For these blueprints right here, so, you know, the Radian, the Heartneath, the Star Crimson, like all these are from Plains of Eidolon. And then these ones you guys are going to find for the Marquise and the Radiance, you're going to find these in Fortuna. But in order to get these, what you guys are going to have to do, I'm kind of done with that, you guys are going to have to get blueprints. You'll have to get so far in standing in Fortuna and Plains of Eidolon that you guys can buy the blueprints out and then have them in your foundry. So now here, I could build Heartneath, which requires Neath. I can build Marquise Thice, which requires Thice. The Radiant Zodian just requires Zodian. Like, I can build all these things now because I, you know, farmed a bunch of these out from Plains of Eidolon and Fortuna. And now that I have these blueprints, they're built. And then that's it. You really just have to get so far to get the blueprints and then farm these out by, you know, like just using your laser cutter or whatever, so you can like mine minerals and all that sort of stuff. So the next thing that you guys want to go like know, or the last thing we're gonna go over, is actually this. When you are on Sedna and you are doing the disruption mission, it is very important to note that you cannot get Gauss's parts will not drop in any one of these scenarios. Any one of these. Like, so here we have conduits, 1, 2, 3, 4 conduits for a disruption mission, and then the rounds, just, this is gonna go infinitely. So, etc. However far you can go, this is how it breaks down. So, we're kind of looking at it like this. You are only going to be able to get Gauss parts. The first chance you have is round 3. If you complete all 4 conduits, then you have a chance at getting a Gauss part. And then from round 4, all the way to infinity, however long you can go doing these, once you hit round 4 and forward, you only have to actually complete 3 conduits in order to get a chance at getting Gauss parts. Now, the biggest thing to note that a lot of you, that I didn't know at first, and a lot of you don't realize, and as soon as you find this out, this is going to get way easier to farm Gauss, is that the conduits that you're supposed to protect, you only have to protect them from the explodey enemy, like the bomb enemy that's running to them to destroy them. He beeps in the mission. If you have your sound on, you'll hear it. But like, all the regular enemies that aren't beeping, that don't have bombs attached to them, they cannot ruin the conduit. They can't break it. So you could literally just ignore the conduits. A really fast way to get through a disruption mission is having a team of people that aren't babysitting the conduits, but the moment a conduit gets turned on, the moment that you have like plug one of the things into it, start looking for that beeping enemy, because he spawns far away from the conduits most of the time and then has to make his way all the way to the conduit. And once he gets there, then he's going to start to explode and blow up the conduit. But you can kill him any point once he spawns in, even while he's really far away. The Demolisher, thank you. Once he spawns in, you can kill him immediately. You don't have to wait for him to run to the conduit. So just listen carefully in the game. If you have headphones that are kind of going to let you know like where the sound is coming from, it might be easier to locate him. But you could totally do this solo. You don't have to do it with a team. Just know that the biggest thing that's going to make this easier is as soon as the bomb enemy spawns in, that's when you blow him up. This pretty much wraps everything up about what you guys need to know about Gauss, how to farm him, and all that sort of stuff. If you guys like free weapons, warframes, and mods, you guys can get them on my channel, on my Twitch channel, absolutely free every single day that I am live. And if you're curious about that, ask me more about that when you get down to my channel. But for now, hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. And if I don't see you guys in the next video, I will see you on my Twitch channel. Thank you for hanging out. Laters!